Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm back and I'm mad.
Look who's here. In the flesh.
Booyakasha, motherfucker.
Are you people in chat having fun? Yes? I can see there's a bit of a, what do you call it, cultural discrepancy between American friends and European. One saying soccer, the other saying football.
To be fair, you get that here as well.
Yeah, I've heard rumors about that, but it's much more fun to make fun about the Americans.
The real question, though, is where's your Twilight 2000 peasants?
And we are reported. Oh, now we wait for... It's in his house. Oh, so, yeah, Bal. And he's got the tin box. Oh,
Right.
Posh, are we?
No idea. That cost me nothing. They sent me that. They love me. I'm like Columbo. I didn't have to pay for anything. I'm surprised if anybody can remember what Columbo episode that was from.
I really would have to look that up. It has been some time since I've seen him. And it took me, I think, ages, if not longer, until I realized he only had one eye.
Which is referenced in the TV show as well.
Yeah, but just one more thing.
Which is fascinating. Because I remember Newman and Baddiel? No. Baddiel and Skinner were discussing whether or not he had two real eyes in the TV show. Did his fake eye play a real eye? But in series 9, at one point he tells another cop to come with him because 3 eyes are better than 1. Which means Columbo canonically only has 1 eye as well.
Yeah, it's what was his dog called again?
Dog.
Was it just Dog?
Yeah, you never give it a name. My dog's called Dog.
That's one of these
I think
series.
it was a long time before they found out whether or not it was a boy or girl, because he didn't like to check.
Yeah, the sheer apathy that the dog showed, lying on the floor, just not doing anything.
It was good. It was a low impact dog. Let's put it like that.
Best pet ever. Low maintenance. Oh yeah, his cars. The car was something else.
It's foreign, you know.
No, Taurus, I'm not thinking of Inspector Gadget with his semi-talking dog and daughter.
Might be. You don't know.
Though that was another series for its time. I'll get you, Gadget, next time.
You say, but it had at least one movie version. Was that Murderer playing Inspector Gadget? I don't know if they made 1 or 2.
I think only 1, but I might be wrong. Well,
Correctamundo, Steve. Eye cancer as a child. Had to have it whipped out. Made 2. Was the murderer in both? Let's wait for Grimwolf to reply.
The modern wonders of technology.
Dee. I'll murder. Fucking murder. Do you know, Crispin? His medical records are one of the most requested sets of medical records in Northern Ireland. Yeah, because once doctors realised that the murderer had to be treated in hospital, they, whenever they are like student doctors type of thing, one of the first things they do is request Broderick's medical records just to have a look through. Go,
People are weird.
well, you know, famous.
So, just outside on the box, everybody at the receiving end of this picture stream, tonight's show is going to be a complete mess because I made up some projects out of my pure brain cells, and now I'm forcing Jerry with a
That's fine.
very
Well, fine.
harsh wording we had before to show you all the links I have selected. So it's going to be different. No beer because I already have very much a headache. Thank you very much. Hello there, Genuine Vision. I do a shout out for your
Steve!
Twitch stream, but you already have surpassed me via the means of subscribers, and also I've not set up any thingamajigs.
Steve! Tonight it will mostly be Jamie's because you can drink a bottle of it and I'll get drunk, so it's good.
Well, talk for yourself. I'd be dead on the floor, I think.
You just keep going at it. When are you going over to salute Steve?
On Thursday?
Fuck off. Fucking sweet zombie Jesus. Yeah, but I'm not in Discord when I'm here, so he'll just have to deal with other people.
Yeah, and other people already had responded to some of his pictures inquiries. He could make a project on his own site and refer people to there.
We'll already be in country by that stage, Genuine, so assuming I haven't been lifted by Plod, we could possibly meet up for drinks on Friday night before the debacle kicks off.
Pre-show warm-up.
That type of thing. That type of thing. I wonder if I can bring Tamia home with me in my luggage. Or just because it's a volatile, flammable liquid when we go now.
Better not try.
Hey, you know.
Well,
Fucking having a clue, Steve. Having a clue. I'll find out tomorrow. I'll let you know.
our first project of the day. Where did I put my browser? There's my browser.
There's this browser.
And
Everyone
that's
closes too soon in London. Outrageous.
the old hammer again, but just because he did add stuff.
He's added yellow spearman.
Yeah, and then put him on green stuff and also more miniatures in very tiny format.
Correct about do. But look. Yellow black. Everland. At least he has some proper people in there and amongst the pricks. Terrible pricks. I was going to buy some of those last week off the Fleabay. And Fleabay, for some unknown reason, whenever you put stuff on your watch list now, isn't sending you reminders.
What? It's
Last
not?
time I put something on my watch list, I got like a reminder every day, and then like 2 or 3 times on the final day of it.
Yeah.
This time round, I was sitting in the house on Saturday, and I was like, oh, hang on a minute. Wasn't there an eBay auction I was looking at? And it finished 4 hours previously. It's like, wow, you are shit, eBay. No, I should have been aware of that because Sainsbury's did buy eBay at one point, so they are cock.
So, what the hell are we looking at here? I see someone with a white... whatever you call that? And a pink Speedo?
I have to scroll down to find where you found these things. Where are these?
Right on top. On the.
Oh, I've gone far too far. Have to turn around and scroll up again. It's a lot of scrolling. Scroll.
What the hell is this? So we got some kind of Valkyr, some Beast Lady, but the one on the far left.
I like the girdle. The girdle's good. It's like Shatner, it lifts and separates.
A waspy. Oh. I only know corsets and corsages. Oh, it's the painting of the nipples is very dominant.
Very, very, very pink.
eye poking.
As we used to say in school, but they've got nipples on them like JCB starter buttons.
Don't push too hard. You might get some reaction. I love the fact that he's gone out of his way to get on his on the outside and take some pictures in the sun. Goes to show how much light actually influences the appearance of color.
That's why I only paint with this color light.
Bright white.
Yep, daylight. Get yourself to 3000 kelvins plus. Anything below that, it's too orangey. But as we used to discuss this in workshop, workshy, wabsmack, if you're always playing under artificial light that isn't daylight, or even daylight like bulbs, is there any point in painting to match daylight? Because if you're always going to be playing something or painting under something that gives off like an orangey cast, surely you're better leaning into that when you're painting. If you see what I mean.
Yeah, but then again, you'll probably, for the most time, have changing lights, and if you paint them under daylight, you can be sure it looks the same when you take them out.
You know, in the old days when they didn't have the daylights.
Yeah, but there are things called windows.
Windows. I don't think I've ever played in a venue that has windows.
No?
Nope. Closest you would get was GW, and its windows opened out to the interior of Castle Court. So, you know, fuck that.
Yeah, so we have some large windows at our club, so there's definitely the chance of daylight. If it weren't for the time most people meet up for gaming being the late afternoon evenings.
Shocking. I have to say, I quite like how the original LED command group fit in with those fat plastic spearmen.
Are these... He titles the entry LED, but are these three actually LED?
No, plastic. No, plastic fail cast and plastic.
I was wondering.
Look, it's Krell, Lord of the Undead in the middle. I bought him. He's the one and only field cast model I own because I never had a Krell. And I went, that's a really nice model. And then I bought it and realized the material was worse than hot garbage. It never even got assembled. It's like, this is turd. I'll just go and buy something from Enigma Miniatures instead. Anyway.
Makes you wonder how that material actually got past quality control in the first place.
Because it was cheaper than metal.
Yeah, I guess as much.
That was the only thing they were looking at. What is the costs?
Yeah, Horus 500, nicely well done. And apologies for the next project, but I had choice of project, so I went ham. Denzian.
Shocking.
Teasing us with a question. Battle report? Yes, of course you thought make a battle report. Especially if you have terrain that looks this nice.
Denzian's going to be at Salute. Oh. All the cool kids are going to Salute.
So you may actually get a battle report live and in color.
That'd be exciting. Yeah, I don't know why I never got the old metal Krell. I had Heinrich with his awesome hat, and he seems to have exploded at some point.
Exploded?
Yeah, well, he's fucking no longer with the rest of the undead, so I don't know what happened to him. Somebody helped themselves to a 5-finger discount in my house. But I digress. Look.
So many.
Rookies.
Well, speaking of rookies, I should be getting mine within the next 2 weeks because they were planned to be released by Asmodee Germany now, any day, even increasing my slightly worrying large stash of unpainted Legion stuff.
You slacker.
Yes, I actually am.
Terrible. Just take a leaf out of my book. You know, don't touch anything until you're completely finished. Done one project, ready to move on to the next. I quite like the clear bases for his Stormtroopers.
Yeah, and I think he found an actual really good surrogate. What's that damn planet? Naboo.
Naboo.
So this is. I asked him. He replied, "I can't remember." I think he said it was Sarissa, but I'm maybe wrong.
If I was a betting man, it looks like stuff by TT Combat for Carnivale.
I think that would be going to your...
Well, as far as the raised platforms go.
TT Comeback most from the Carnivale range, yes.
Shocking.
To nobody but you, baby.
I don't know. I might be shocked. You're not the boss of me.
Yeah, I said nobody's shocked except maybe you. So I'm not saying you can't be shocked.
Yeah, you know.
I'm not telling you how to live your love life. If you want to have some electricity in your... Well, go at it.
Are you saying I should have my nibbly bits shocked by a thingy thing? It's outrageous.
I'm just saying there's a potential in everything.
There always is. Look, there's the Alamo. Hello, the Alamo.
And the Fluttercraft. Yes, Crispin, I've got a Legion Boba Fett. At least the early model. I don't think the newer model is already released. I think there's one coming up again.
Is there another one?
Yeah, either a card or a new model, but I'm not sure. I think there was talks about re-releasing the quote-unquote bounty hunters they already did for the Empire.
Wow. So,
Shocked like Big Clive's corned beef, Demon said. Yes, that's always nice when Clive is using high voltage to fry stuff.
as we all learned, spam goes off much, much better when you stick a couple of forks straight into the mains than corned beef does. So,
and it makes an interesting sound. I love his Did you see his contraption for heating up sausages?
Yes.
Oh, that was just so lovely.
You know, keeps them out of mischief and off the streets, I suppose.
Yeah, and
I weirdly, I don't know how this happened. I found Big Clive a long, long time before I realised his brother also has a channel, whereas his brother spends his time talking about whiskies. And Big Clive mostly talks about electricity things, which I couldn't give a fuck about. And yet, I've been watching him for ages. And then I was like, hang on a minute. How have I done this the wrong way around?
Oh,
very confusing.
He has done some interesting alcohol-based videos as well. When he used his carbonation device to carbonate various high percentile liquids.
Between carbonating them or running them through fractional distillation. You know. Can I reduce this to a caramel goo, and then can I pour in a bottle of Asda's cheapest vodka into it? And what does it do?
And does it still taste like whiskey?
Wow. Anyway.
Yeah, but there's too much news. I can't really follow up on this. You're way too talented, you bastard.
The soda stream and the milk was particularly bad, as was the Baileys.
Oh, the Jägermeister was interesting.
But yeah, he's been quietly hammering through a lot of Star Wars stuff in the background, hasn't he?
Yeah, I was just
The
wondering.
little minx.
I got one notification about him setting up the table, but obviously the project system failed to inform me about everything else he has been done in October. Bloody hell. That's almost a battle report.
No, not quite. Battle reports have more lines and stuff and arrows and explosions.
And potentially words and text, I feel.
You know, I can live without words and text if I've got arrows and explosions. That's all I need.
And the next level of battle report would be animated GIFs. Things going kabooey. And then add some sound, and next thing you know, people are filming their battle reports.
GIF is a lemon juice.
Who gives a crap?
Just saying.
As long as nobody pronounces it jizz, it's all fine and dandy. So I think the inventor of the format also said it's called a GIF, not a GIF.
He did, but he's a moron.
He works in IT, so what do you know?
Well, if the first word is Jaffix, then I will agree that he is correct. But as long as it's not a Jaffix, I think he's talking out his fucking arsehole. On the subject of, well, he did call it that, Crispin. On the subject of Baileys and body shots, are you aware of the drink called the Blowjob's Revenge, Crispin?
Oh god, I don't think I like where this is going.
How could you not like where this is going? Are you not? Okay. What you do is you get a shot of Irish cream, so Baileys, whatever it happens to be, and then a shot of either lime juice or lemon juice. You put the cream in your mouth and then toss the citric juice of your choice in there, and it immediately curdles the cream. And that's why it's called the Blowjob's Revenge.
Cement mixer.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Slurp it all up and enjoy.
So next week we will be discussing various high-spirited shot glasses, like
Sure.
the U-boat.
Das Boot.
Oh, but we should make some kind of tasting test at some point.
I'm for it. Why not? Yeah, I've seen jellyfish.
I recall knowing what that was, but I can't think of it. What was jellyfish again?
Again, it's I can't remember what the alcohol base is, but when you pour Baileys in, just a drop, it sort of looks like a jellyfish. So you get the mushroom top with the strings coming down as it sort of floats around in there.
Okay.
Creme de casa. Okay, there you go.
Before we totally derail this, we will be staying on the subject of Star Wars Legion, because 42 is chiming out stuff again.
Star Wars Legion.
Small update, but just look at that. And ever since we last week looked at the Sister Repentia that didn't have flight stands, I'm trying to think of things I could add to my bases to make my Mandalorians fly without flight stands. And have come up with zero good idea. Everything's crap. I can't for the life of me figure anything out that speaks to me.
Dead Imperials.
Yeah, that would work.
Dead children.
Dead Ewoks?
That would work, yeah.
Dead Jedi doesn't work because they just leave empty robes.
Yeah, nobody wants that. I'm trying to remember what Mandalore looked like when they showed it off in the cartoon. Because ideally you'd want to do it to match their...
Yeah. So you're not speaking of the Mandalore, but the planet Mandalore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was...
Unless you could put them all on Mandalore the Indomitable. Just everybody mounted on them, like a piggyback race. Cool.
What's that? That's one mini. I'm counting at least 7. Mandalore looked fucked, like blown to buggery. Yeah, but I think that's more at the end of the episode. But though I think the actual planet was rather dull and wastelandy, and the city was more or less the main stage of everything.
Could be.
But that would give me a reason to rewatch some of the episodes.
Sure.
Which would be nice. Yeah, but I think I need some more brain juice to get this thing going. Still need to hit the buttons, I see. So, hitting the buttons, waiting for the project system not to crash up, and the next project will be...
That looks like Malachor. Malachor got supremely fucked.
Everybody's awake now again? Hold the phone, he lied. Don't lie to us.
I never lie. Sometimes I don't tell the whole truth.
Withholding information. Swiping head.
Of invasions. Ba, 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 la, ba. So I think we had a look at this 2 weeks ago.
Let's see. Is there any button smashing done? Yes. So there's one update, but it's a colorful one, to say the least.
Sassanids. Everywhere I look are Sassanids.
These are very, very colorful indeed. I think those are almost as colorful as the ones Baron's War that Panzerkaputt does. Though these actually have metal armor, horse curtains,
yes,
sorts.
Cataphract cavalry, everybody's favorite. Watch me now as I come at you like Cleopatra. I really like them. I also like the little big man banner. It sets them off nicely. But look how shiny they are for the push to bang.
Yeah, and I think this is what most historics lack for myself, because I feel, just like 40k, most people tend to go a very dullish route.
It depends who you're looking at.
Maybe I'm just...
But most historical gamers will paint them however they looked. So, for the likes of the Sassanids or the Persians, they are all the fucking colours.
Not
all
like
of them.
depicted in this picture here.
I mean, likewise, if you look at Anglo-Saxon and Viking stuff, they're all pretty colourful. It's only whenever you get people who have come in via the medium of something like Vikings, the TV show, where everybody is in shades of black and brown. You know, it's like DC. You have to take all the light out of the room. If it's not dark, then, you know, you ain't got nothing.
Yeah, and Mexico was always with a brown filter.
Yeah. Everything's got a slight tinge. He's got the same mat as me from Matabor. They don't do those anymore.
The elephant looks a bit tiny compared to the rest.
That is because that's a metal elephant from a metal company being metal.
Oh, God.
And for a long, long time, those Heffalumps were relatively small because of production. I know you can get bigger ones now with plastics from Vitrix.
If that's metal, I guess that's a bit of heft.
Yeah. I've got Aventine elephants way over there. Actually, there's one close enough for me to reach. And they've changed from metal to resin, but thankfully I knew they were doing that, so I got in and bought all the metal ones. I've got to say that I needed, it's a lie, I only needed one, but I bought 4. So yeah. So, I mean, that's not a bad size. It's probably not the right size. You are 55 mil tall and about 75 mil long. So, but when you put a human beside it, it's still big enough to make it look like it's going to get the living shit twatted out of it.
Yeah, it's at least a little bit bigger than the small one in this project.
It's probably not that much bigger. I'm going to have to find where I put the harder. I'm also going to have to remove the cobwebs off this. I don't mind the spiders being here, because it gives me somebody to talk to in my sad, lonely existence. But I would wish that they'd stay away from my tiny fighting men when they're building their cobwebs. There's one's actually strung a cobweb between the fucking... You can't see that. That's where I do my unboxing-y type things, like there, which you may or may not be able to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see that. There's the camera on the arm. Anyway, so he strung a web between 3 points there, which is interesting. Because when I was doing an unboxing the other day, he was doing little abseily things up and down. I'm waiting to see him just appear at the side of the shot, the size of your fist.
And then you send that video over to Justin for cutting.
Oh yeah, well, you know, I'm not moving it. I'm not going to refilm it.
There's my little assistant, Spider number 1.
Do you want to see my 4 metal elephants? And his 1 resin friend. Elephant fistings.
Yeah, Zoipenhead does
Good work,
interesting and colorful stuff to historics.
I'm
semi.
fascinated as to what the Sassanid battle board is like now. Because that's a fucking cav heavy list.
Yeah, there's not one unit on foot, is it?
Nope. Elephants, 2 warrior regiments, and 3 Hearthguard.
He will be quick on the table.
Well, if you can try and coax him into some shitty terrain, I'll slow him down massively.
Trees everywhere.
Baby Jesus.
Next,
Guys, the elephant are on foot. That is true.
next would be Steve. And he's done a very angry looking giant.
Steve. I like how... Oh, you're looking at that. You're already far on. I was going to point out the cock and balls on the tattoo work.
Oh, you're talking about the project system
No, just got
lead.
one.
Her shoulder.
So clearly he was drawing her cock and balls there, and then presumably his missus came in and he quickly had to add the arms and squiggly line and go, oh no, it's tribal tattoo. I was drawing a big cock and balls. Anyway, scrolly.
Yeah, so a very pissed off looking giant and
He's
a
quite nice.
Lord Vader that he surely doesn't need and want to gift away to someone. Just because he's such of a good heart. Just look at the face of... He's angry.
He is, well, wouldn't you be angry if you were frostbitten?
No, he's not angry because he's frostbitten. Somebody stole his coffee.
And he's got frostbite.
Yes. Okay, so let's
On the end of his
settle on
palm.
that.
Sorry, I got distracted by something else in this project. We'll get there.
So the lava base from the
Mm.
very nicely done, but only black. I hope you'll finish them.
Nah. Nah, there's no point finishing things.
And why does this look remind me of Terry Pratchett?
Weirdly, I was thinking the same thing. I guess the beard and the hat.
It must be. I've seen this picture and go, why is there a diorama of Terry Pratchett and no Discworld characters around?
Are you bringing him with you to the salute? Are you entering the salute with him? Well, he's typing. Yay! Excellent. I'll tell Peachy to knock over the cabinet yours is in.
It does look really, really nice.
It's beautiful. I particularly like the water effect.
The resiny bit in front.
It's the little things in life.
Where did I put this there? Oh, there's a little rat. And something that looks like a turd. No, that's just some metalworks. Why is there no turd on the water?
It's asking the important questions. If you don't place, you'll know why. You didn't have a chocolate log floating along the top.
A Mars bar in the water.
What do you use for the water effects? Was it Vallejo? Since you're here, we can ask you.
Yeah, and you have definitely nowhere to run. It's a bit of a shame that all the shots are more or less from the front. I'd love to have something from the side and maybe even from the back.
Jamma Scott has just said the same thing. Maybe he's gone full White Dwarf painter and the back of
just paints the front.
Just paint the front. Could do the back, but nobody's going to see that, so fuck him.
To be fair, I think that's harder done than actually said. If you wouldn't need to know how to take the picture before you start painting.
Yeah, but generally I'm going to take it from the front.
Yeah, but
Where's the face?
it's with some miniatures when the head is tilted. Where's the
right,
front?
that's cool.
2-part resin tinted. Ah,
Very nice.
really like it. Please add some more pictures, or a 360. That would be best.
That's fine. I'll see it on Saturday. So don't worry about it.
So, and then we'll see how it shatters.
If anybody else wants to see it, they just go to Salute.
If you see a Steve crying in the corner, Jerry had been at the cabinet. Oh God, we're horrible people, are we?
I'm not.
Well, I am.
You
I
are.
hope.
That's true. I've got a big thing from Conquest as well, Steve. Look what I've got. He's not about, is he?
It's a black box.
It's a black box because the model isn't released yet. It's the Apex Predator, the giant Tyrannosaurus-looking fucker. Wait a minute, I'll give you an idea of how big the bastard is. Right, there's the tail. There's some legs. Where's my druid for scale?
Jeebus!
Druid for scale. There she is.
Oh God.
It's a 28mm figure.
I think that's
Dino leg.
a big honkin' bottle. Holy shit.
Don't forget, you can put them on round bases and play the First Blood skirmish game with them. I was trying to convince Leo from Parabellum to run one of these Apex Predators in the First Blood skirmish game. And he thought about it for a while. In the middle of the interview I was doing, I went, no, I would break the game. I'm going, fucking do it. At yourself on. Jesus.
Knock yourself out.
Yeah. Anyway. Well,
Yeah.
we should move on.
We
Don't
should move
Steve
on.
get a big head. I mean, the problem is we've built him up so much now. When he loses massively on Saturday, the crushing defeat will kill him. We should have spent our time beating him down. Hang on a minute. I'll have a look and see if I can spot any mold lines on it, just to take the edge off before he goes. Put him in his place.
I tried looking hard. I couldn't find any. Well, next project is... I'd lie if I said something completely different. It's not. Only One Pin Man has been updating an older project of his. It lay dormant for 2 years, and then he suddenly, in a burst of creativity or whatever, started putting out Imperial Assault minis left, right, and center. And I still think it's a nice board game.
Yeah. I never played it because it's a board game. I don't have many standards, but I have some.
I tried playing it solo, but yeah.
Oh, lolcats.
Playing solo is very depressing in the long run, especially with board games.
Right. Who knew? Who knew?
Who would have thought?
Some of these, I mean, you could use them for Legion, though, couldn't you?
Yeah, then most miniatures I think would go if you don't put them right next to their official Legion counterparts. But
Well, you know,
I wouldn't use the 8080, 80ST or any other larger vehicle because those are very tiny in comparison.
but having little sort of bunches of lolcats running around or Rancor for scenarios.
Yeah, or even just as a decorative item somewhere on the table.
Like that time I was pushing Han Solo around, frozen in carbonite. Don't know where he's gone.
Well, I still need to find time to use my ice cube form to make some out of resin.
Very clever, Mr. Bond.
Because for some odd reasons they are almost to scale for Legion.
Just lucky, I guess.
Probably.
lucky.
Yeah, these are very nice board game things. I think at times I think are painted board game miniatures a wasted on your typical board gamer? Do they actually appreciate the level of work that goes in painting these?
No. I mean, why would you? You're playing a board game. You're like the worst.
Yeah, I guess there's a point to it, though I feel Free might disagree.
Yeah, but you know.
But then again, she's very young.
She is very young. Her transition has gone board games to Games Workshop.
Oh,
You know,
still gives me the chills.
at best, that's a sideway move, as far as I'm concerned. Look, weak way. Not enough weak way in the world. Oh no, I've pressed back too far. Let's go forward again. I really like it though. It's nice.
Yeah, and I think he's coming almost to a complete collection at this point.
You know, it'd be good then if once everything's painted.
Making a battle report?
Oh my god, you took the words out of my mouth. We're like connected psychically or something.
Well, it's a board game. Is it a battle report or is it a let's play?
Battle report. They're battling the forces of evil.
Yeah, the filthy rebels.
The filthy rebels.
Everyone loves color over the standard gray. That could be true. Oh, and speaking of people stumbling into Games Workshop territory, there was on a page I visited today, somebody questioned, 40k looks interesting, should I start? And I said, well, if you think it's too complicated, maybe look into these other games. And then I've got a hailstorm of down votes. Because I dared to oppose the almighty Gvulu.
Never do that.
Yeah, fanboys are at its worst.
Some of them are rabid. They're like Tory voters. They'll have your leg off.
No. Look at the beast!
Oh, Dreadpath Zone's battle reports are really good. I quite like the one he did the other day.
Yes, Grimwolf, the internet is full of cunts. And dumb people. Next project, please, before I start ranting.
Ranty man.
So, Dan Lee. And this is... I have no clue what this is.
They are the Tyrants of the Tour from Oakbound Studios.
Oh, this is one of the...
In fact, that's Boris Johnson there. The one you're hovering over.
This is the... Oh, now I see the resemblance.
Boris Johnson and dipshit Dominic Cummings is beside him. Oh, he's actually got pictures of them. Excellent.
Now I see what he's going for. So this is one of the companies I'd really like to have get some time in the light on OTT coming Saturday. Like I put in down in the description under the, what was it? Was it the Weekender? I think it was the Weekender, where Ben asked people to put in lists of company of what to show.
It was me, but you know, sure.
Yeah, but Ben replied to my comment with "will do," so I'm holding him accountable personally for showing all the things I requested.
You do that. Look at that. There's Pretty Patel. What a bitch. What an absolute bitch.
And the Ophelia is a special picture because it is his, I think it's his first try on making translucent clothing so that it's more or less like a see-through dress. And I think he didn't...
Diaphanous, I think the word you're looking for there.
Could be. I would have to look it up. There are limits to my vocabulary.
Oh, well, if you say so.
But I think he's done a rather good job so far with the paint job, so kudos to him.
Yeah, I really like it. You can see it, I suppose, a bit better on the legs.
Yeah.
It's a tricky fucker to do.
It's like you know in your head how it is supposed to look like. But I think that's one of the effects that's very hard to replicate. And that's, I'm pretty sure you've seen these marble statues from all sorts of time episodes where people have made statues covered in quote unquote gaze or anything else. And it just looks so realistic.
Gauze, I think, is the
Gauze,
word you're looking
yes.
for there.
Not gaze. Gaze is the thing that men do when women wear gauze, so.
Gaze is the thing that men do. That is true. Stop there. You're fine.
Staring at Olden exposed.
That too. I suppose it's because it's counterintuitive in a way. When you're doing it, you're putting more color in. Well, I suppose you're not putting more color into the recesses because that doesn't quite be. Yeah, it's difficult to explain. I know what you mean. When you look at it, you're highlighting up the skin tones onto the raised areas and then keeping the cloth in the recesses. Yeah, it's much easier to do when you're glazing. I will say that. Lots of glazing.
And I'm now waiting for him to start painting these up. I'm guessing he'll try to mimic the online store pictures.
I don't know. You might not. I mean, speaking as a Catholic, Jacob Rees-Mogg makes me nostalgic for the days where Catholics were hunted in England. He is a prick. I mean, they're all pricks.
But this is what you get from being an outsider. I know Boris Johnson, obviously, because he's in the news all the time.
Oh, you're so lucky.
I couldn't tell whoever the other three are, but since he's putting them in a row with Boris Johnson, I'm pretty much sure they're terrible people.
Well, Dominic's gone now, but he was head of one of the Vote Leave campaigns and then became Boris's chief advisor. That's the bald-looking turd.
On the lower left.
The fist-waving gobshite who's head of the House of Commons. He said a thing recently, bearing in mind COVID is spiking again in the UK and nobody on the Tory benches were wearing masks. And he said, we're like a fraternity, really. We're all friends and family, so we don't need to wear masks. You can't. And Priti Patel, I want to say she's first generation. So her parents were immigrants. She hates immigrants. She's so right wing, it's not funny. Her most recent one was they should put the RNLI and Coast Guard on jet skis when they send them out to harass immigrants coming over on boats because they can't be saved on the back of a jet ski. You can't take, if the boat's going down, they can't be helped out. Whereas if they go out in a regular Coast Guard boat and the boat is sinking or whatever, then they have to render aid because it's law. And then somebody went, you can't actually do that. You'd be breaking all sorts of things. So at that point, another cunt who isn't in the pictures here, Rab, who's currently the Justice Minister, went, oh, in that case, what we could do is repeal the European Court of Human Rights legislation in English law. We'll just get rid of that. There will be no human rights in the UK. Fuck you all. And that way, it won't be illegal for them to go out on their jet skis and do donuts around drowning immigrants. Well, I imagine while spitting on them. I'm not entirely certain.
No.
Who knows? They're all terrible shits. So that gives you an idea of what the tyrants of Tor must be like in the dark woods.
It feels a bit like you're really having fun with your government.
Oh, they're amazing.
Oh, God. An endless supply of shite.
And yet they keep going up and up in the polls. I don't know what is happening in England. But every time they do something appalling, they go up like another 2 percentile points. It's very weird.
I'm guessing people have given up on voting?
No, the same people vote, which is, everybody over the age of 40, I think, more or less. They still vote. Young people couldn't give a fuck, and then they complain bitterly.
I also saw a character. No, what's it called? An overdrawn picture about a situation.
Caricature.
Yeah, caricature. About two politicians discussing the current situation because of the tensions between France and England about fishing rights, and one just going, "Well, why don't we just declare war on France?" What?
I don't know if it's satire anymore or actual public policy. I will say there's a few interesting models in there apart from the Oakbound stuff, which come from Bella Nacht, who I think is a 3D place.
Is it a 3D printed place?
It is. I'll drop the link in there because there's quite a nice one. There's that Succubi, and then there's Emberlyn below, sitting in a ring of fire on fire.
On a frost fire?
Yeah. That I quite like, simply because the blue flames. It's like that time I discovered blue flames on blue lava and was like, oh, I should do blue. Except I've already decided to do blue skin on my demons.
I'm blue, la dee da da bye.
But there's some fascinating things in there. I particularly like Elora with her jellyfish dress.
Where was that?
I just put the link in the chat.
So not in the project, but in the
In the chat. I can't work out. I can't embiggen any of these. They won't embiggen. It's a bit of a ball sucker, isn't it?
Where is? Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Oh, hold on.
It's like Chim Chimney Mary Parkman's, except I'm a jellyfish.
Graphic loading. Nope.
And I think there's a Valkyrie going while you're down there.
Hold on a second. There it is.
I suddenly know why Lloyd doesn't like small pictures.
Because you can't see shit.
Yeah. But you can open them in a new image like you've done there and they become huge. So clearly they're in there. I will say the Valkyrie at the Viking fella bears an uncanny resemblance to Lagatha from the Vikings TV series.
The Fallen, or what are you referring to?
The Fallen, yeah. I'm choosing to interpret that as a Valkyrie. You can't stop me. Fuck you, Timster.
Pre-supported 75mm scale, so these are big miniatures.
Yep. But they're made of digital, so, Plus we don't have to be.
Oh, I think we just gave Irish Steve his next project.
Oh yeah, Steve's got off one. You should you should have a look at Lovers Lost halfway down the page, Steve, if you're still with us.
Lovers Lost, let's see. I like the Aslan. Where is Lovers Lost? Can't find it.
Oh, I wouldn't worry.
Nope.
There's
Doesn't show me. Is it called Love? Oh, there it is.
There's one of those chlamydia-infected bears hanging off a firefighter. Unlucky, you've now got chlamydia. To send them to the John Oliver Chlamydia Award.
Hello, Radixat6. Well, weird name, but welcome to our Looney Tunes. And while we're waiting for the humongous pictures to load,
well,
I'll crack open another.
Is that like Radagast?
Yeah, Twitch would love have you paint them, especially with correct colors of skin.
Yeah.
And
Why would you not? I mean, that's what Twitch is for. We were at this last week, Steve, were we not? When we were discussing what is wrong with throwing up a miniature with nipples on it, because we all fucking have them. Most of us have two. Some have more. However, some gamer girl can sit there on Twitch with her baps out.
in a hot tub.
In a hot tub. And that's fine. But we can't paint a miniature? Fuck off. Fuck them.
Yeah. do we want to venture on to the next project?
Yeah, I'm already there.
Before Steve is going absolutely ballistic on us.
Yes. It was you.
Soap Dodger is up next.
Oh.
And he's done stuff. Big.
Has he? What have I linked? I've not linked that.
Did you?
No.
Oh, yes you did.
Have I?
Yes.
Did I? That was clever of me.
Oh no. Why have you gotten...
No, I haven't, no.
That's a weird number.
I don't know.
Ow, you've gone to the Demon Cell. No, then...
Yeah. So, no, that's fine. No, it's fine. No. I've done it now. I put in Soap Dodgers. Go back to soaps.
Soap. Soap Dodger.
That's what happens whenever I'm clicking through things, bouncing back and forward. Fucking no idea where I was.
Oh, light shots.
There's the Megalodon. A Megalodon so megla that Soap never wants to paint another one in his life, or possibly even look at it on the table.
I guess it took some time getting all the paint on it.
Oh, let me think. What was he saying? It was over 20 hours and he'd hoped to do it in one day. But he was spending so much time swearing at the model.
Oh, hello, Soap. You're in chat.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Tell us.
Been here for a while, yeah.
How many bottles of paint have you lost on that thing?
Obviously, it's not coverage. It's bouncing them off the wall in a temper whenever you find some other soft detail.
Should we be looking at this very closely to find any mold lines to nag about?
No, I'm fairly certain he would travel south to England and cut me.
Not going in again.
It's the best way. It is the best way. You know, don't worry about there not being detail there. You can always paint it on. Oh.
Holy macaroni.
I'm going to go out on limb and say you haven't backed the, whatever the fuck it's called, tag raid. Once bitten, twice shy on that one, huh?
So, some more miniatures to paint.
You know, the small miniatures aren't the issue.
Yeah, that's why, quote unquote, miniature with the sandwormy thing.
It's the big things. That's the problem.
I always wonder how far companies will keep pushing the add one more miniature to your Kickstarter level. At what point will you get just a pallet and not a box?
I mean, that one, I never looked at Defiance, but I don't think it was horrendous. I know Tag Raid isn't particularly bad. 4 factions, 3 models to begin with, and I think they've added another 2. So 5 models per faction. And then the 2 big worms.
Sounds reasonable.
You know, it's not the amount of miniatures, it's the production of the plastic giant miniature is what causes Soap. I imagine some form of PTSD in the middle of the night. Just wake up and just see a hex base that you're having to resculpt things on. I had the weirdest dream last night. Oh, fuck me. I was in, we used to call it the Mangy Mansion. It was the first house I was in Belfast when I was at university, and it was a shithole. It was a terrible, terrible shithole. But I was back in there, and I looked down, and there was a spider, and the spider was, I don't know, about that big. And it had really long, blue, hairy legs, like really fucking long. And they were like super furry, so it was like a neon or a vivid. It started like a storm or a Prussian blue, and then towards the tips of the hairs, it went into like a violet. But the head and then the thorax were like really vivid yellow. And then it would do this thing where it would be like, you know, on its legs, and then it would stand up. So its legs were pulled together, and all of a sudden it shot up in height. And because the head and the thorax were yellow, it looked like an Eandan Wraith Lord. And I can only blame Ben for this, because I haven't thought about Eandan or Wraith Lords in years. And then it started chasing me about, and the little fucker was not only fast, he went through everything. You know, you close the door and he just goes zip underneath it. At one point, and I wasn't jumping to avoid it because it'd be coming right at me, but I'd be like pushing myself up, but I wasn't pushing myself off anything, and I'd be hovering just off the deck enough for it to scuttle under my feet, and then I'd land. That was a weird dream.
Did you have any different food that night?
No.
Some weird shrooms or something. I know you ate the cookies Warren has been putting out.
No, I see Warren's been hard on the shrooms, and people will see that this weekend.
Oh God!
Is the game any good? I like the game, but the game is at its heart. The game is just infinity.
The game is tag raid.
You know, the tag raid is infinity. The system infinity works well. It's the cut down version. Tag raid is just infinity, but you respawn, and when you respawn, you can go and keep opening lockers to find weapons, and then if somebody frags you, they can come and pick up all the shit that you've dropped. So, you know, game wise, it's you know, it's fine.
I have to say two things about this miniature: A, lovely paint job; B, your mental painting on these details. I'm guessing the scales up here could be molded, but this looks like hand painted.
I think most of that's there. They have that look. They have that feel to them.
And as has been said by... oh God, my name. My name.
I don't know why you don't break out oils and go for oil washes, do a little pin washing into the gaps. So, because that, I mean, yeah, it's bound to be a pain in the hole, but still.
Yeah, Demon Sub, I feel what you mean by that. I had a nightmare once, ages ago, about a spider. I woke up, and like in the movie, I sat upright in my bed, grabbed beside my bed, and turned on the lights, and there was a spider dangling in front of my face, hanging from the ceiling. I was 12 years old. I nearly shit my bed.
Delightful.
The best thing is, it actually sat right in front of my face, and I started screaming. And by exhaling and screaming, it started swinging. And when it was on the highest point of swing in the direction away from me, I realized it's going to swing back. I need to get my face out of this position. And I just rolled out of bed and...
Oh, that's a shame, Soup. That is a shame. You know, we've all been there. I say we've all been there. Once again, weirdly, back in the Monkey Mansion, I was making myself the dinner of champions for student. So, pasta and cheese. I went out of the kitchen. I put everything on a plate, went out of the kitchen to get something, came back in, got my plate with all my lovely melty cheese, sat down in the living room, started to eat it, looked down in the corner, and in amongst the cheese was quite a large spider with the legs just doing that. With the cheese was just all dripping. It was like napalm. The poor fucker was just in there so I just ended up eating around him.
Can't let that cheese go to waste.
Yeah, that's like half a block of cheese I've just melted over the top of this. That's not going. I mean, I could take the hit on the pasta, sure, but cheese is expensive. Just go round it and make your way. Yeah, just leave yourself the last couple of spoonfuls. It was a big boy, though. Yeah,
that's a story to be told to Justin at some point in the future.
What I'll do is I'll try and convince them that we need to go out for some sort of pastory Italian meal on Friday while we're sitting there, and I'm sitting with a load of pasta and cheesy sauce over the top of it, and I'll tell that story.
And also, when you pull cheese and it makes these little strings, they look very like spider webs.
It's good. It's good.
Edible spider webs.
Fucker was huge. It was like the size of my fist. Well, it wasn't that big, but still, you know. It was one of those big-ass honking fat spiders.
These
anyway.
Black ones that you usually find in cellars and behind.
Yeah. Or in my case, in every room in the Monkey Mansion.
I hate it when they get that big that you start to hear them when they walk about on the floor.
It's just clip-clopping.
I,
Wake up and throw a pillow at it and tell it to shut up.
I'm
throw
not
something
not
back.
not shitting you. We have laminated floorings here, and at one night I sat here, didn't have my headphones on, and it was very quiet. And all of a sudden I hear this. I look to my side, and there's this spider running around the corner.
Tap dancing. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I
Fair enough.
think I've hit it quite well with my shoes.
No, don't mind spiders. They're fine. We're all fine here.
Yeah.
They say in
Next-
France.
Next project is this again.
Saga.
No, Star Wars.
Oh,
We can make a saga episode at some point in the future. So Gorka is doing all the Star Wars again,
look, Inferno Squad.
with and without helmet and painted eyes.
Sure, why not? Good at you do you, all that jazz. Where'd they get that from? That's not from the Inferno Squad box,
Mm,
is it? The tiny little drone. Tiny little drone's not the Inferno Squad box. I unboxed.
no, the
Inferno
tiny
Squad.
little drone belongs to the character model.
That's all right then.
She and her drone are one part. The Inferno box is the rest.
All right.
Iden Verso and the I forgot what it's called.
Tiny drone. We should call it Benji, because it looks like one of those ones from Benji, Zach, and the Alien Prince. I can't remember what they were called. Anyway,
And
they're nice.
he's done R2D2 and C3PO, the only models you will have to buy with an accompanying big hunk of plastic.
Yeah. I keep looking at that going, I should, for sake of completeness. I should.
Also, it makes a nice diorama.
Yeah. I mean, I could also use it in game as well, so it's not a complete waste. Did I mention, remember Recon sent me West End Games
Yes.
20mm stuff, or well, actually 25mm stuff, and I was missing a few. A site member from Norway pinged me about a month ago with, I've got some of those, and I think I've got the set you're missing. So I don't have R2, but I now have a C3PO, and I have a Chewbacca, and I have an Old Ben, and a couple of other Rebels as well. I was just like, fucking amazing.
So your collection is nearly complete.
If I just need to find an R2 from West End, and then I can just kick back and start playing some Star Wars miniatures battles, which is, like Legion, but doesn't require funny shaped things and cards.
Or you just could put them back into storage again.
His stuff thankfully came all pre-stripped, and I've stripped the stuff I got from Recon, so I just need to get it all together and start painting the bastards.
Which could be interesting.
I think so. I mean, it's unlikely.
Yeah, Gorka, you just in case I did say this.
Show off, Grim. Show off. Quite like that. I like not the white, but the brown and the deserty sandy colour.
Yeah.
I've been looking at them, just thinking about doing them in red and grey, a la, I can't remember the name of the planet now. That industrial planet with Katie Mundi. They butchered him on a bridge.
I think there's something to these miniatures that lends them very well to be not painted white.
Yeah, you can just use them as the heavy environment suited troopers.
I think at some point they are actually referred to as special marines or something.
Special.
Not special in the way that
Special.
maybe Games Workshop was calling.
They all took the short yellow AT-AT to war. Special Marines.
You know what would be a interesting model for any Star Wars game? Some lunatic riding on a gong.
Playing nothing. Been playing a bit of Star Wars: The Old Republic recently with Lena, and she constantly has a gonk out. So you're just running through the streets of Taris, or you're on Nar Shaddaa, whatever, and all you hear behind you is gong, gong. Going, what the fuck? Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
But seriously, imagine a gong, and on top, what could we put on top of the gong?
One of those little spider monkeys that Salacious Crumb is.
Oh yeah, and giving him some lance or something, or maybe some ball and chain, like a fantasy goblin lunatic.
Yeah, exactly, just like that. Yep, that's the box set. That's the box set I got from Norway, but I'm missing R2. It was the only thing it wasn't included with it, which is a crying shame. But you know, I will find one at some point. Last time I looked, somebody was selling one for 80 quid. That's a bit too much for me.
For the box or just the R2?
Just the R2.
Ooh.
I draw the line at that. And it was coming from America as well, so I think there was going to be like another 25 quid on top for fucking shipping.
That's a very, very thick line to draw.
hefty ass line. Like some people look at eBay and go, "This is mental." I can charge whatever I want and people will pay it.
Yeah, well, makes me wonder whatever happened to people selling their stuff with a starting bid of €1, dollar, pound, whatever.
I mean, it's one of those things. If it's something that's going to sell, you can start there.
Yeah, but most people sell the stuff on eBay just to get rid of it, so...
Well, there are two types. There are people who just want a shot of it, and then there are people who think, I'm going to pay for fucking my children's college fund via the medium of eBay and rip the piss. So,
some people are the worst.
Yeah, lots of people are the worst. But anyway, I like them. I like how bright and poppy they are. Oh, did anybody see that there's a German field grey coming for those speed paint colours?
From Army Painter?
Yeah. They call it camo cloak or something like that, but it's fucking field grey. It's a muted green grey, which I imagine all the World War II players will be buying that, regardless of their paint affiliation. They'll be on that like nobody's business.
Yeah, I'm quite tempted about those colors, and I'm a bit irritated. They are now creating such a hype, and it's not coming out before 2022. So where's the point in that?
Because a lot of people don't buy directly from Denmark, because Denmark. So if people are in America and they get from their local game store or whatever, they pretty much need a 3-month lead up to tell Mary, Jane and Joe, who've been running the family business, that they really want speed paints ordered. So it's more to get the word out there so that independent stockists, because most of their shit, I imagine, is sold via independent stockists. They can't just go, we're releasing Contrast next week, because, you know, they don't have a base. They need to build up a bit of hype behind it.
Yeah, that's true. I'll be very interested to see when that drops.
I'll be fascinated, because after the weekender, wherever I went, call me Mr. Cynical, but maybe they've sent the 3 paints out to everybody because they're the best. Army Painter responded in the comments going, give us your address and we'll send you some.
Army Painter is listening?
Yeah, well, you know, yeah. I didn't bother because they know the studio address. I'm not going to be baited into replying on FacePage. If they want to send us they sent me the fucking airbrush set, so they know where to send them. It's not like we're a fucking new startup that have just popped out of nowhere. But anyway,
maybe there's a new guy in charge of their social medias.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
And also, while we're on the point of Army Painter is listening, they had some videos out where the audio was extremely low, and I wasn't the only one complaining about it, because there was the intro music and then there was talking head videos, and he was very, very quiet. And in the last video, they actually upped the level quite a bit, and I think about half of the comments was, "Oh, you finally fixed the audio, thank you."
Hey, you know,
So
they make paint. They're not whatchamacallums.
Influencers?
No, I was going to say they're not. It's not Dickie Attenborough. they're not there to make a film.
No, but if you were trying to sell stuff and you're telling people about it, maybe do it in a way that people will actually understand.
Yeah, I couldn't be arsed with that, to be honest. Couldn't be fucked.
Speaking of being asked, would we like to be asked to the next project?
Oh, well, if you asked.
Yes, so Evil Stew and his pile of shame. I have
People
no
be
clue
calling
what is
that.
waiting us here.
But it's not. Look at that. People doing, pardon me, a slow row old hammer. So they're doing a Tale of Four Gamers. You have to drop in X number of points a month. Where are we? Yeah, they're rather than doing it at a cost price, they're doing it at a points value simply because the cost is through the roof. I remember when they used to be like £20 a month, and away you go. Don't know who she is, but I would love to find out.
These
Noble
all
from
old
Raging
models?
Heroes. No, those are a mix of things. So those are the old Dark Elf plastics. I say the old, they're not. They're the more modern Dark Elf plastics before Age of Sigmar came along, because obviously there've been plastics for Age of Sigmar, but I imagine they're all twice the size and not compatible. Those are Dark Riders.
Noble from Raging Heroes is the female you wanted.
I just said that. Back in the day when Raging Heroes used to do things in metal, I imagine.
It's quite a mix of armies he has in this project.
Yeah, well, this is his. I'm going to go through and hammer a load of shit. So it depends on whatever he happens to be working on at any time. Occasionally, you will see things like Saga, for example.
What irritates me a bit is we only see painted miniatures. We don't see any progress of painting, so these could be already bought painted.
You're a very cynical man, aren't you? Very cynical.
Yes.
Like they've been based up for possibly something terrible like Infamy. I wonder. Doesn't say what he's playing them with.
Maybe he's not playing at all and just showing off miniatures he bought off eBay from other people to make us jealous.
I own that archer. That's one of Colin Patton's ones. Who else is there though? It's shocking I could recognize it from the stance and haircut when it was a small picture. Colin has a very distinct style of sculpting, let's put it like that.
Just like Boris always has a huge dong.
That type of thing.
I'm still waiting for the Heresy Kickstarter of the 3 cool skeletons. Andy.
It's not 3 cool skeletons. It's multi-part plastic skeletons.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll get there eventually.
I'd really love to have those, because the sculpts he has been showing off are just glorious.
I know, I've got a couple of them because I bought some of the masters.
Of course you did.
Well, why wouldn't I? They're fucking enormous and awesome looking. Based them for a couple of different games. Well, I suppose most historic games, if you've got the base width, then you can tear away. They just seem very big. Look.
Skellyborbs.
White lines of Thrace. And skeletons. Like the skeletons with Jason and the Argonauts.
Oh, would you like to hear something on the topic of Hero Quest?
Sure.
There are videos popping up where people are unboxing the newly released boxes.
Oh yeah, I've seen. Well, I haven't seen any videos because I don't care that much. But I've seen a comparison set of photos that somebody posted on the Wargame Spot of original Barbarian and then new Barbarian on either side, because they come in male and female flavors. And I'd say I'd really like somebody to put primer on the new ones, because I couldn't really see the detail that may or may not exist on them.
Yeah, that's been a problem I've been telling people about since the official Twitter put out production samples,
I
and
think it's red plastic. Red seems to strobe really badly, and
yeah,
all
but
the heroes are in red.
even the grays and the whites they showed off looked very not crisp, to put it lightly. And what struck me the most when they did the unboxings, almost everything that was any way, shape of a straight line, like a mace or a sword, was bent to hell and back.
Well, that's how the magic happens these days.
It didn't look soft for that reason, but
Yeah, the detail may or may not be there. Certainly, the detail was there on things like the doors, which were brown, and I could see the doors and the chests
yeah, it's
and the furniture. So I mean, that'll look grand.
yeah, and I've heard secondhand, like Grimwolf is just telling, there have been multiple complaints about damaged boxes in transit, though
You know,
that could be Hasbro's fault. That could also be the USPS or whoever delivered them. Because let's face it, if you're opting in for the cheapest way to send stuff, they won't care.
see, there's still ongoing discussions about whether or not it's going to retail, and people going, "Oh, it's going to retail." You're going, "It's not. It's not going to retail." You poor sweet summer child. Such and such in New Zealand are selling some. You go, that's because they bought all the fucking copies for New Zealand.
Yeah,
They're selling whatever they have left.
it's I'd be hard pressed to buy it if it goes to retail, to be honest, because at this point they somehow managed to kill the interest.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah, it's just why? Why should I give you $100 or whatever it is for that game? I could take that money, go to eBay, and buy the original miniatures that I'm still missing, which is not many. I think a few rats and skulls, and that's it. And then my box is complete again. So
that's the way to do it.
but before I start talking myself into rage again, I'll just give this project my recommendations, and then we'll
Clickies. Give more clickies.
go on to the last project of the evening, which had been shown.
Chariots. Yeah, I don't even know if I should bother clicking this again. You already have it. People could just scroll back and find it.
So this is Demons Up doing things for Stargrave.
Stargrave things.
And this big eye robot, the first time I saw the model, I thought, well, there somebody had copied Phantom Menace.
Yep. Well, they may still have copied the Phantom Menace. It's just a bit bigger in scale.
A tiny bit.
Tiny bit bigger. Look at it. Look how happy it looks. A beholder for the next generation.
Oh, you now need a kid from Marvel Crisis Protocol from Dr. Octopus, cut off his arms and add them. And then you have your actual beholder.
Cyber beholder.
Is there a science fiction version of D&D?
Almost undoubtedly.
But nothing official, is it?
I find it best not to pay any attention, though.
I think that could be an interesting thing. Oh, look, wreckage.
Oh no, I've gone too far. I have to go back. Scatter train's always fun. Look how fun it is. TT combat as well. What? Wow. I like how he's just using a mix of brown and oranges to get a similar effect for rust paint. You're going, yeah. I have a set of rust somewhere. There's my rust paints. And the only reason I have it is so I don't use up my reds, browns, and oranges when I'm painting rust. It's the only reason it's there. All it is a collection of 6 paints, 6 charcoaly, orangey, ready browns. You don't need special technical thing. All you need is a sponge and away you go.
But speaking about sponges,
Voila.
I've seen the Midwinter Winnie video where he built his scratch-built orc gargant and then used some foam to make check patterns.
Sure. That's the way to do it. How'd you find the Hornet? If you're still lurking there. You are still lurking there.
The Hornet was the papercrafty one?
No, Hornet's the GCPS with the VTOL engines in the wings.
So the ones on the left here now.
Yep, that's the one.
It looks interesting.
I love it. It's a funky looking thing, but I'm not around to buying any yet.
I'm trying to imagine any paint job on it.
Well, if you scroll up, you can see the front cover of the box. They've done it in military green, which makes sense. It's a military vehicle.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
Hey, you can do whatever you want. You can go nuts. You can paint it like the Falcon, just do it in greys with Aztec patterning on it. Break out all of the masking tape and just start cutting squares out of everything. It's so much fun.
I was thinking about painting. I can't really remember what I wanted to paint, but I was looking up the painting scheme for the tank from Tank Girl and couldn't find proper pictures.
Right. As in the Laurie Petty film or the comic book?
Both. I wanted to do have a comparison on what looked like what, but Googling Tank Girl tank just brings movie.
Mostly you're going to find black and whites as well, because with the exception of the covers, they were nearly all black and white comics, if memory serves. So it's having to find a copy of one of the front covers, because I had the same sort of problem when I started fucking around, because I've got a load of they've got a name, Howling Jackals from Raging Heroes, that I thought would make a really nice warband, sort of Tank Girly inspired. And I thought I'll just do them all based on various Tank Girl covers. And then it's a bastard to find good coloured pictures of Tank Girl where she's actually wearing not wacky outfits.
It's a bit of a shame when you have an idea like that and you just can't find proper reference material for love nor money.
Obviously, what I could do is just sit down and paint them, but I'd much rather spend months/years looking for reference material than actually go ahead and paint them.
If you were go to ahead and paint them just by what you are thinking, people will tell you you're wrong, and we don't want that.
People are the worst.
Indeed, people are. And that's why we don't like you.
I'm glad I'm a squirrel.
Squirrel! We had a visit again from our neighboring squirrel in our squirrel feeder yesterday, and it was a bit windy, and he had a hard time clinging to his nuts.
Oh dear.
While not getting blown from the tree.
Ah well.
I think he managed.
Knew the risks.
It was a calculated risk, but boy, am I bad at math. Yeah.
Just reading the battle report there.
A battle report from the project we just left from Demon Cell.
Yeah.
People doing battle reports, that's a weird concept.
You can just sit there and just keep talking. Don't mind me. Just read that. If you want to see how it ends.
Everybody died.
They might not all die.
No.
You don't know.
Oh. But where's the fun in that?
Darcy from Kildare.
Yes, a feeder with squirrels for the local cats to get themselves some snacks.
You should be blessed in the next life by the great squirrel god.
I will be compensated and nuts, I hope.
That's the best way.
Yeah, and I don't think I've seen Panzerkut in the audience today, so I'm going to need to remind you tomorrow will be Mumble in the Jumble. We had put up a topic, I forgot.
Yep, it was something like, "Our gamers, terrible bastards, fuck yous all." I think that was it.
Yeah, something along those
Yeah,
lines.
more or less that. More or less that.
Yeah. Oh no, and Epic Legion. Telling AMG about Epic Legion will be my job tomorrow because today they are streaming. If they are streaming, what's it called? The other game they make.
Twitch streaming. Oh, Marvel Crisis
Marvel Crisis
Protocol.
Protocol. Yes.
Are wargaming shows and conventions dead?
Yes.
Some other words in between there, but mostly, are they dead?
And will they ever return to normal? Maybe, potentially. Who knows? That's up for debate tomorrow. And for that, I will be again online tomorrow if I'm not falling asleep again like I did yesterday.
Wow.
So, Jerry, thank you for your time and your knowledge, your
You're welcome.
insights, and your insults, and my
You're
corrections
shy.
on me being wrong.
Hey, you know, it's only whenever you try and speak that you're wrong. The lesson is never try. Bye, cunts.